Do you have some old New Zealand currency and you want to get what it's worth? Well, this is the video for you. I've been metal detecting for years and I have over $100 worth of old coins, banknotes, damaged modern coins and corroded modern coins I'm about to send to the Reserve Bank of New Zealand to see if I can get my value out of them. I'm going to run you through the process on this video, what you need to do if you want to do this yourself, and I'll let you know the result and see if I actually get my money's worth out of all these coins. So the first step if you want to get your value for old banknotes, coins or damaged currency in New Zealand is you need to go to the Reserve Bank of New Zealand website and basically search up get paid for old New Zealand currency claimed to be paid into an NZ or overseas bank account. Pretty simple. There is a 3-page form you have to fill out and print out. You can either print it out and fill it out or fill it out on your computer and then print it out. So that's what I've done. So here's your form here. Claim to be paid into an NZ bank account. This form must be completed. Currency can only be returned to the Reserve Bank in Wellington. The Reserve Bank will only pay face value. So that's a big point. If you think your currency is worth more than face value, so let's say you've got a bill that's in good condition, not destroyed like this, it's probably worth more to keep and sell as a collector's piece, as they're only going to pay you the money stated on the coin. It obviously does not accept foreign currency. It will count your claim and payment will be based off this count, so it's counting your coins. It's not just going to take what you've said for granted. In the event the account significantly differs, they will contact you. Claim may take up to 20 working days to process. It will only pay out claims into a valid bank account, and your claim will not be processed if insufficient information is provided. So you've got your customer details. That's basically your name, your phone number, your address, that sort of thing. Your claim details, so your total claim, which I've stated down below, down on there, your bank number, etc., etc. It states that if there's insufficient details or if they refuse to pay out your money, it's gone. So they can theoretically say, no, we're not going to pay you out, and just take all your money. And you won't get it back, is basically what it says down here. So I'm a bit skeptical about it, but hopefully the Reserve Bank is not going to try rip me off. But you've got to answer some questions here. So, source of New Zealand currency being returned. Please tell us how you've come to this currency. So I wrote, my hobby is metal detecting, and I have found most of these coins over the years while detecting in the ground in places around Christchurch. The notes were purchased by myself in an old currency collection, and a couple of the coins in better condition have been found around my house. That is totally honest. 99% of this has come from metal detecting, with the exception of these notes, and you'll see a few of the nicer coins like that one there I've just found around the house. Breakdown of the claim by denomination. How much is enclosed of this claim? So I've written exactly what I've got. So 6 $2 coins. Here they are. As you can see, no one's going to accept those in the shop. They're still modern, but they're pretty torn up. 6 $2 coins. 4 $1 coins. So I've got my 4 $1 coins, as you can see, pretty torn up. No one wants to accept those. These two are over half the coin. I would argue over 2/3 for both of them. So I should get the full, I'm not sure about this one, but I know this is definitely over 2/3 and this is definitely over half. So I should get the full $1 for those, because they state if you've got 2/3 or over for the currency, they'll pay the full amount. Between 1/3 and 2/3, they'll pay half its value. So I've got my 4 $1 coins, 7 50 cents, 27 20 cents, and 63 10 cents. So here's my 50 cents. You can see they're all corroded and rusted because our modern coins are just made out of steel. And the 10 cents. I then have 145-cent coins, as you can see here. 124 old 10 cents, 160 old 20 cents, and 58 old 50 cents. So here's our old 10 cents. Here are all our old 20 cents. A few of them are damaged, but they're, mostly full. And then our old 50 cents, as you can see there. Then I have 3 $1 notes and 2 $2 notes. There should be no worries to process and get the money out of. You've got the numbers there and everything. 1 half crown and 1 florin. So here's a half crown. They state on the website which each old pre-decimal coin's worth. A half crown they say is 25 cents. And a florin, as you can see here, they say is 20 cents. And that gives me a total claim value of $120, which, to be fair, considering normally when you find these metal detecting, you're like, oh, that's junk. Considering I'm getting over $100 for those junk finds now, if I get paid what they're worth, it's a pretty nice bonus. Now, condition of the New Zealand currency being returned. How was the currency damaged? What happened to missing portions of the note? And contamination. So I wrote, any currency that has been damaged by corrosion is from being underground for long periods of time in soil, sand, or in salt water. Any currency that has been cut up or beaten up is from lawnmowers, which it has been, after the currency has been dropped. Any missing portions of the few coins that have been cut will be underground. I have only included coins that contain over half of the original mass, which is true. All the coins are complete, except for these two $1, which have been cut in half. Or, there's a little bits of damage there, but all of them are, 90% or more complete, outside of these two. So I may understand if the claim comes back $1, $2, maybe even $3 short. More than that, though, and at that point, they're just refusing to pay out money just because they'll make some sort of excuse. So what I mean is, let's say I'm trying to get a really bad coin. This is definitely a 10-cent coin of New Zealand, right? Found in New Zealand, in the ground, look, it's 10 cent. But they might come back and refuse to pay me out for coins like that because it's not recognisable, even though in my eyes it clearly is, or this one here. It's once again definitely a 10 cent, but once again, I can maybe understand, but anything more than those few dollars is really them going to be being pedantic about condition. Oh, we're not going to pay that out because it's, you get what I mean? But hopefully it comes back the full value. But yeah, all the coins have been washed and wiped in warm soapy water since they've been unearthed. However, traces of corrosion may remain on some coins. So yeah, I've cleaned these best I can, but there's still little bits of dirt come off them from time to time. Then it's got your final declaration here, which by submitting this form, you authorise the Reserve Bank to examine the currency submitted with this claim and understand that in the case of damaged currency, the examination may result in further damage to some or all of the currency and render it unrecognisable. Acknowledge that the Reserve Bank may refuse to settle a claim in circumstances it considers suspicious. Shouldn't be an issue for us. We agree to accept the Reserve Bank's assessment of the value of the claim as final and binding. Once again, that concerns me a bit because they could go, this is only $50. Acknowledge that the currency sent with the claim will not be returned to you, including in circumstances where the claim is declined. Once again, that concerns me, but fingers crossed it's all right. Declare that the information on this form is true and complete, and declare that you are the lawful owner of the returned currency or authorised to make this claim on the behalf, which I am. But yeah, that's our claim. So what I've done is I filled out the form correctly. Now I've separated the coins by denomination and type, so the old 50 cents are separate from the new 50 cents. I've given a little note in each saying what is in each bag, and I'm then going to separate them into individual snap lock bags, and then once again write on the outside what they are. So we'll get that done and get back to you. So I've got them all separated into bags, so as you can see I've marked on the bag what they are, how many there are, and then there's a note with the total value of what they are and how many there are inside. So they cannot say, well, we're confused what they are because it's very clear what they are. But I got them all into separate bags, big bags for the larger quantities of coins, and then I managed to fit the smaller ones like the $1, the $2, the 50 cents, the florin, the half crown into these smaller bags. Unfortunately, all up, mostly thanks to, where is it? These 20, no, this is 20 cents. Mostly thanks to these 20 cent coins, like 2 kilos alone, all up I've got 4 kilos worth of stuff, so it's actually not going to be very cheap to post. Would have been about $8 to post if it was 3 kilos or under, but because it's 4 kg, I have a feeling it might cost me $15, maybe even $20 to post, which isn't great. It is a relatively time-consuming process. All this probably took me 45 minutes. So you want at least, $50 worth of currency to be made for it to be worth your time. If you don't quite have that yet, I recommend till you save up, till you have an amount similar to what I have of, $100 plus. But we've got our forms filled out, currency packaged up and separated. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape these lids shut, just so they don't open while being shipped, and seal this away, and then we'll take it to the post shop and get it sent. So from here, I headed down to the post stop, packaged it all up in a box sent to the Reserve Bank of New Zealand in Wellington, had it all packaged as such, all individually wrapped. All up, the shipping cost me around about $15, so it wasn't too bad. It would have only been about 7 or 8 if I had been under the 3 kilo limit. Put it in this box, shipped it away, good to go, and I waited to see when my return would come, if ever. So I sent this package at the start of June, 2nd of June. And they say allowed, I think it's 20 days, it might be 30 days for payment to come through. 20 days went by, nothing. 30 days went by, nothing. A month went by, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. And then all of a sudden, on the 6th of August, payment came through. Perfect. $114.90. So that's $5 less than what we said. But let's say those two $1 coins, they didn't count them. And then $3 worth of other stuff they deemed unrecognizable. Okay, I disagree. However, $3, that's as a whole, 95% of it was all good to go and got paid out for it. Nice, simple, easy process, and it was a wait, but in the end, it all came through nicely. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully this helps you returning in your coins you found metal detecting or otherwise to the Reserve Bank. If you did find it useful, please smash down on that subscribe button and check out some of my other videos. They would be much appreciated. Outside of that, we'll see you on the next hunt.